Hi, I'm Tanya. I'm a registered dietitian, and last week I released a video on the basics of sugar. This week, this video is on how sugar can cause us to overeat and actually have increased feelings of hunger. So basically what I went over last week is sugar. When we eat sugar, which is a carbohydrate, it's a processed carbohydrate, any processed carbohydrate. So anything that was once a natural state and it's been processed and refined into something else, which is what sugar or flour or bread or all sorts of things, right, are processed and refined carbohydrates. Those enter into our bloodstream and they cause high blood sugar levels. And our body doesn't like too much sugar in our bloodstream at once, so we have this mechanism. When we have too much blood sugar, our body releases a hormone called insulin. Now, insulin goes out and tells your body too much blood sugar. Let's store this sugar for later. Like, this is an energy source. Let's use it for later. And insulin will, your cells will, one of the places the sugar can be stored is in our fat cells. So insulin triggers the fat cells to take up the sugar and store it for later. And then what happens is once your fat cells are full, it releases a hormone called leptin. And leptin is the hormone that goes up to our brain and says, I'm full, done, I've had enough, things are being stored, stop eating. Well, what's very interesting is if we've eaten too much sugar at once or too much of a processed carbohydrate, then we're going to have possibly too much insulin that gets released into our bloodstream. So we have a lot of insulin flowing around our bloodstream, and it makes its way up, the insulin makes its way up to our brain, and it actually blocks this signal, leptin, that's coming from our fat cells saying, okay, stop eating, I'm full. So it stops, too much insulin stops this other hormone called leptin from entering your brain and saying, I'm full. And so what your brain is still thinking is, I'm still hungry. Or, hey, actually I'm really hungry, I'm starving. I've got all this insulin, it has nothing, I can't use it to package anything up, so give me some food, give me more, I'm starving, keep eating, and don't move because I don't want you to burn off any of that stored energy because as it is, I don't have enough. So this whole process of too much sugar, releasing the insulin and blocking the leptin, the sign that, hey, I'm full, this whole process, the scientific word for it is leptin resistance. And we want to really try to avoid leptin resistance because now you can really see how too much sugar can lead to increased levels of hunger, even if you've eaten that whole bag of cookies or eat chips or cake or sugar, soda, big soda, candy. Too much sugar is going to cause us actually to overeat. So, in general, we want to keep all sugar, refined and processed carbohydrates to a minimum. That includes all flours. It's not just wheat flour. It's very popular now to use an almond flour or a soy flour. It's still a flour. It's still processed. So all sugars and all flours should be kept to a minimum. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Again, I'm Tonyah, and I'm with Y'all Light. Go in grace and go with grace.